Good afternoon, I am but your humble storyteller. Vicious magics racked her body and mind, leaving Altora Redstone a shell of her former self. Had it not been for the Mother of Mystery's followers, she would have never recovered. On the eve of becoming a full cleric of Mystra, she received prophetic visions from the goddess herself. Frozen, barren plains, horrific creatures, and something at the center of all this turmoil. All horrific, save for 5 constant images: a gray beard, axes, jumbled red runes, unblinking eyes, and a concealed blade. By midday, Altora was on a voyage with one goal in mind: to find the heart of winter.
Things, past and future, endings and beginnings. It is all here, hidden from view, waiting to be revealed to those who have eyes to see. Far to the north, beyond the wind-swept peaks of the spine of the world, beyond the realms of men who call themselves civilized, dwell a people whose way of life is built upon the gift of sight. Among the tribes of the Uthgard, the visions of a shaman serve to guide his people through the fog of an uncertain future. So it was with Yoldair, elder and shaman to the tribe of the Bear. For it was his visions that foretold the return of a slain king, awakened from the halls of death by a spirit consumed by vengeance. His vision carried him across the tundra to a place where men built their homes beneath an ancient oak, with branches that stretched skywards to embrace the clouds. It is here that his vision showed him the faces of the strangers that would journey far across a sea of ice and snow. To the frozen north, these heroes would come, drawn into a twisted maze of shared destinies that would lead us all into the cold and terrible heart of winter.
By tempers, the vision speaks true. You are the heroes from my dreams.
Good day, adventurers. JBillusion here. Thank you for joining us on our adventure with an intrepid cleric of Mystra. This cleric of Mystra received a vision that something was going on in the frozen north and that she must act. She saw bits and pieces of signs to recruit those who would help her on her journey. She saw a gray beard, an aged, old warrior dwarf who still had one last campaign in him. She saw a pair of watchful eyes of a halfling who happens to worship Helm of all things, always watching, always planning, always focusing on what's going on. She herself received a vision that this is what she must be present for, watching and guiding this young cleric of Mystra on her journey. There was also a vision of primal aggression, primal fury, strong but tempered. We have Mog, the half-orc barbarian, who her own people, her own shaman saw a vision, of which she was put to a test. She battled against all the other members of her tribe in order to become their chosen, to go forth and aid in whatever was happening. in the frozen north. She joined our band of adventurers along with 2 others. Red words plagued our young cleric's dreams, visions of words of power, magic long since forgotten. There happened to be a bard, who many believe has gone insane, but he's still good at heart, despite how crazy the ancient words of power have made him. He too has joined her cause finally. Visions of a concealed blade, hidden and used to save her life by an elf fighter thief, who joined her team as their last member before they reached the area of the 10 towns. Here, they've crash-landed, and they've been found by a very powerful shaman of Tempest, who is going to guide our heroes on their journey onwards. By Tempest, the vision speaks true. You are the heroes from my dreams. Do I know you?
Our paths have not crossed until this day. I am Yuldair, son to Rethric, elder and shaman to the tribe of the Bear.
Well met. What's this business about dreams and visions? We've had quite a few.
The vision is why I have come to this place. Tempas has guided me to you.
For what purpose? We're here on a journey from Mystra.
This I cannot say. I know only that the storm of war darkens the skies of my homeland. My people are gathering in numbers greater than any have seen for generations.
Why is that?
A king, both new and old, has risen to lead the tribes against the 10 towns. Already, the first snows of winter bear the dark stains of spilt blood.
Tell me more of this new and old king.
Wolfdane is his name. He was a great warrior from an elder tribe who was slain in battle on the eve of last season.
If he's so strong, then why was he slain? Our dwarf companion says.
Now his body has returned from death's halls to lead my people once more as king.
King? He came back from the grave? What kind of undead monster is this king of yours?
Wolfdane's flesh is but a vessel, a borrowed tool. The spirit of the new king is much, much older than the form it now inhabits.
Okay.
It is said that the spirit of Jared governs his body. It is this claim that has fueled the fires of vengeance among my people.
Jared. Hold on, I've heard some stories about that, the bard yells. Isn't he the barbarian hero who was entombed beneath the temple in Easthaven, right?
The same. You know our history well.
Of course, I know all history far too well.
Now, after centuries of imprisonment, Jared's spirit is free and rallies the tribes once more in a common cause.
So battle is it? Calm down, dwarf. Ugh. I seek battle. We know. I see, so what can we do to help?
You must come to Hengoro, to the great mead hall where the tribes have gathered. You alone can forestall the war between our peoples.
Very well. We shall accompany you.
Though we journey towards the same destination, our paths are not one. My place is at the side of my king. Already I have been gone too long.
Then where are you going?
Here, you must go alone. The people of this town will know the way to the camp of my people.
Okay.
Travel swiftly and safely. We shall meet again when you stand before the council in the great mead hall.
And he's gone. Okay, well, that was useful on this great quest now, wasn't it? Shut up, thief. Just saying. All right, so our group is made of Altora, Redstone, our fighter mage cleric of Mistra. We have Dark and Ironblood, our gray-bearded fighter. I did kind of want to go for Dwarven Defender, but I also kind of wanted to use a Bastard Sword. Hopefully, there's a decent Bastard Sword in this game. Decent stats, nothing too crazy. Fighters are pretty... Oh my god. As you can see, Mog is a very good representation of primal strength. Her intelligence and wisdom may be a little low, but 19 strength, 19 constitution, 156 hit points. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. Also, I have one really, really big question for all of you out there who are fans of AD&D 2nd edition. Was barbarians being big on two-handed weapons, was that the start of like 3rd edition? Because every time I picture a barbarian, it's with a gigantic sword, or, a two-handed sword, two-handed battle axe, like some great maul. I got 3 pips in 2 weapon styles, so she uses axes and warhammers. Maybe her clan, she is half-orc, maybe her clan dealt with dwarves when she was younger, and they got a ton of fantastic warhammers, a ton of fantastic axes through bartering. Regardless, she won the tournament among her people to be their representative, to fight back whatever is going on. We've got... Oh, his charisma is jacked up. What type of items do we happen to have for him? He's wearing the dead man's face. Oh, we might want to take that off of him. Well, no, it's fine. He's a little sneaky. So, Lewel. Mr. Quickstep is a fighter thief, an elf who is not the biggest fan of the law. He decided to take law into his own hands. He tried to really be a bit of a Robin Hood, a bit of a Han Solo. He likes helping out people, but he doesn't necessarily like following the laws. Decent fighter thief, good stats, is very, very good with swords, daggers, longbows, 2-weapon style. That's what I'm thinking. So we also have our bard. I was kind of intrigued as to how exactly I was going to really use a bard. He also has a red cloak. That is... Oh, I love that so much. He is a bard who has slowly been driven crazy by the knowledge that he's sought out. He's neutral good. He's hoping to piece certain things together and slowly regain a little bit more of his sanity. There's too much information in his head. But he's looking to help out this cause and hopefully find out more to aid his affliction. Then, finally, we happen to have our Priest of Helm, Belzyra Rumblebrush, who just so happens to be a very dutiful servant of the Watcher. She's constantly watching. She's paying attention to everything, so much so that some of the other members of her congregation aren't the biggest fans of her in their church. So, when she got the opportunity to leave, they volunteered her, and she dutifully left on a mission for Helm. She's a little bit of an annoying person, but she means well. If, she could be a bit of a stickler for the rules. Now, let's check out what weapons we have been given, because we do get kind of random items, or at least random for all I know, for doing Heart of Winter. And thank you, actually, for joining Altora and the crew on their adventure into the Heart of Winter. We've got Khaleesi's gloves. Pretty good. We can't really do too much with what we have. We can, of course, mix and match. What do we have over here? We do have a long sword, which is kind of not really helping us out here. We've got Bathed in Blood +4, which is fantastic. What do we have for her? She has another flaming longsword. So it's going to be a little difficult getting items. Gauntlets of weapon skill, oh my god. Blessed Helm of Lathander. Not bad. Got a great shield +3. We're going to pass that over to him. Does he also have a great shield +3? He does. Okay, we're going to have to pull out some weapons fairly soon. What do we have here? The Bitch Queen's Envoy. Umberly is fantastic. Water Elemental's ignoring us is kind of nice. We have a Fire Flail. Sanctified Morningstar. What we're going to do is remove the Sanctified Morningstar. We'll equip that. I love how that looks. Just all fiery. Okay, so she's going to pick this up. Can't use it because of size requirements, because halflings kind of get jacked up in that regard. I'm kind of a little upset with that, to be honest. Celebrant's Blade, +4 axe. Yeah, so the Heart of Winter, just in case anyone was wondering, is rough. From everything I know, the Heart of Winter is going to be quite a bit more difficult. We've got Longbow the Defender. Not really as good as... well, we've got 2 defenders. Alright. We don't really have all of the items that we want. Shield of the Hand is nice. Oh, hold on. She can use it. Alright, so we'll throw Shield of the Hand there. He can't use that, but frankly, he's not really going to be... Okay, so we've got 1 Flaming Sword. What we're going to do is we're going to pass another Flaming Sword to her. Oh, this is the Long Sword of Action. Okay. Extra attack per round. Let's switch these over. Okay. That might be a little bit better for everything. Still have Flaming Longsword. Okay. Got that. We do have a Fire Flail. She's not really equipped to use flails like that. We'll keep that loadout as is. And what do we have here? Helm of the Trusted Defender, immunity to sleep, fatigue. Protection from criticals. Really, that's not going to beat that. I like it and everything, but I think I know who I'm going to pass it to. Okay, -10. Our halfling is doing good. Alright. So, let's continue through town. Alright, let's do it. So, I dig the flaming animations, of course. But I kind of wish that we had weapons a little bit more suited to our characters. Let's see. Haley Dunn. Help me, please. My brother and I were playing and he fell down a well. I think he's hurt. Calm yourself, girl. What's your name? My name's Haley Dunn. I dared my brother to climb down the well and he did, but he slipped and I heard him fall. Please help him. I have no rope. I'll see if I can get some. Then, well, looks like too narrow for me to climb. Perhaps I could lower you down to get your brother. We're not doing that, Lewin. We're getting a rope. Fine. Suits you. Let's check. My father has rope. He can get my brother out. Your father, which house is it? It's on the far north side of town, in the east corner, next to the woods. Please hurry. I'm off. I shall return quickly, Haley. Okay, so we're headed north. I kind of like the idea of having multiple characters in the party with different feelings. We'll grow with time. So I do believe she said the north, near the woods. Let's see if we can find him first. We see a ton of lumber here. Let's see. We've got a gentleman out here. Maybe he's in this cabin? Let's check. This is really a new experience to me. Okay, I do think that is her brother. I'll go and try to talk to him. Maybe I could kind of sort of extrapolate something from him? No, that's not the word I meant. I'll take care of it. Hold on. Be with you in a moment. Just need to set this last piece here. What are you doing? Trying to set this hoop. to the barrel before the metal cools, but the damn thing's stubborn. There it goes. Now, name's Dunn. Tybalt Dunn. Haven't seen you around here before. What do you want? Dunn, thank the gods I found you. Your son's fallen into a well and he needs your help. That's so. Well, now, stranger, I'd be worried if I had a son. What? I fear you've met my daughter. Too much of an imp spirit in her for her own good. She was lying? She's been telling that brother in the well tale to damn near every visitor to Lonely Wood for the past few months. By the gods, the girl's been bringing out the furies in me since she was born. I see. Her tale had me worried. Perhaps I should go speak to Haley about Crying Orc. That damn girl, she was supposed to have been home hours ago to help with these casks. You see her again? Tell her to come home. Or it'll be the bird stick for her. Why do you let your daughter run around telling tales? I'll tell her to come, but if you lay a hand on her, we shall hear of it. Very well, I'll tell her so if I see her again. Yes, well, if there's nothing else you need, I've work to do. I might need supplies? What is in this place? Perhaps an apothecary, weaponsmith? It's my shop. I'm a cooper. I make barrels. Why, you with one of the caravans? Because if you are, then you've no business with me until you've traded words and gold with Baldmere. He's the one to speak to, not I. Who's Baldmere? Haven't heard of Baldmere. You are new here. He's Lonely Wood's council representative. What does being a council representative have to do with you and I doing business? As council representative, he's taken it upon himself to represent all the tradesmen in Lonely Wood. In dealings with the caravans, a profitable position. Well, profit goes to the sharp enough and quick enough to see the opportunity? Yes, well, it hurts when honest labor brings you less in the world than those who exploit an opportunity. But to get out of his influence, strike on your own, perhaps? That would only serve to ruin me. A few contracts he tosses my way is all that keeps my family fed and the roof over our heads. The moment I raise my voice against his generosity, he will see to it I never see another caravan contract again. Surely he wouldn't just cast you out. There must be room for bargaining. No. He prefers to settle matters quickly and quietly. He finds bargaining tiring, and in truth, he's poor at it. But don't take my word. The other representatives of the 10 towns know it as well. What do you mean? When the 10 towns heard of the troubles with the barbarians, they sent their own speaker to deal with the tribes rather than chance a war to Baldmar's diplomatic skills. A speaker from the 10 towns? When was this? Not long before your arrival. He was a tall man, southerner like yourself, wearing fine clothes and a patch over one eye. He stayed with Baldmar a few nights, then left. At first I thought he was a merchant, but he spoke to none of the other tradesmen in town, including myself. Can you tell me anything of this barbarian threat? The barbarian threat, yes. Rumor has it they are preparing for war. Their numbers are said to be great, much more than the 10 towns can hope to defeat. If they fall upon us, the battle will be a short one. But enough about what might be. If there's nothing else you need, I have work to do. Nothing. This day, farewell. There's going to be a war, it would seem. We need to hurry, stock up on supplies, just see what's going on out here.
I'll do my best.
I can agree to that. Let's continue, but first let's have a chat with that little girl. Telling lies is not okay. Maybe we should have you talk to her, Belzyra. I'll talk to her. Helm watches all. Yeah. Before Belzyra. Okay. Thought I forgot her name for a second. Did you find my father? Yes, I did. And he told me you had no brother, Haley, and that you'd best hurry home. I won't go. Let him make his stupid barrels all day, because I won't do it. I hate it, and I hate him. Oh. Aww. I think a young girl could find more amusement in playing pitch pebble or old man's crutch than telling tall tales to strangers. Those games are for babies. And sides, there's no one here to play with except Purvis. And he gets mad when you pitch pebbles at him. There's no other children in town? There's just me. Father's always in the shop making his stupid barrels, and Mother's always drinking at the inn. Oh. There's nothing to do in this stupid town. So what do you do all day? Surely you don't wander this town alone. Sometimes in the forest too, but not much. Mostly just in town. By the well sometimes, or Purvis's shack. Or I climb up in a tree by the inn. There's a really good view up there. I'm so sorry to hear that, child. When I was younger, I didn't have much to do either. But I just watched. I followed rules. I paid attention. I helped people stay on task. That's what Granny always told me. And then I found a priest of Helm. And that was it. Maybe you could... No. I don't think the clerical life is for you. But who's Purvis? Purvis the Gravedigger. He hasn't said much since he got here, but Father says he buries dead people. When I climb the trees around here, I have a good view inside his house and others. So you are a watcher, just not in the way Helm recommends. Since he got here, how long has Purvis been here? A couple of weeks. I think Father says Purvis must be dumb as rocks to think he can make a living out of burying people in Lonelywood. Nobody's died here in years. Let's see, what other things do you see up in the trees? People in town, of the inside of the inn, and things I can't tell you about, secrets. Secrets. Mr. Quickstep just cuts in for a moment. I don't believe you, girl. What kind of secrets could you possibly know? Secrets. If I told you, they wouldn't be secrets. Well, I suppose you're right. Fine. I have secrets too, but I won't share them with you. Nuh-uh. You don't have any secrets, 'cause you're a big liar. That's what you think. I have a huge secret about you, and I'm going to tell everyone. You do not? Oh, but I do. It's a big secret too. A huge secret. Perhaps the hugest in all of Faerun. Tell me. No, if you won't share, I won't share. Besides, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret anymore. Okay, I'll share. Promise? Now please tell me, please. Alright then. My secret is this. I've come all this way to save your people from barbarians. And the biggest part of the secret is that you can help me. What? No. It's true. A secret you hold may hold the key to defeating the barbarians, horde, and saving your town. Well, you can't tell anybody, but you know the old bag of bones, Kieran? The one that bought the inn? No, but go ahead. Well, you know why he bought the inn. Bet you don't. No? Why did he buy the inn? 'Cause it has a magic mirror. Uh-huh. It's true. I saw him step right through it. Well, I mean, he opens it first, but it's like he's walking through it. Huh. The mirror's a door, huh? Perhaps I'll ask Kieran about it. Just don't tell him I told you, or else he'll put me in the mirror. Haley, do you know anything else about the barbarians? Mother wants to leave because of them, but she always wants to leave. She says the barbarians are going to burn down Lonelywood. What does your father say? Father keeps telling her to be quiet because I might hear, but Mother doesn't care. I think Father doesn't want me to be scared, but I have ears, and I'm not dumb. You said before that you have a good view. Alright, must take my leave. Farewell, Haley. Well, Mr. Quickstep, you're actually quite good with children.
Can I help?
It's like everybody else.
Take care of it.
You just gotta figure out what they want. And just manipulate them a little bit, that's all. That's not exactly what I thought you'd say. Get used to it. Okay, so we've got a Shrine of Joaquin. Cool. This is before all the crazy stuff happened. I do believe. So the Shrine of Joaquin is still Joaquin. The goddess Joaquin is still going around. I do believe this was before the time of troubles. And that means Mystra is still Mystra before Helm. There's a big fight. Maybe if anybody's watching this video, they would like me to go into depth about the time of troubles and everything that went down. So we got the Gravedigger's Shack. The Gravedigger's Shack, let's be honest. He's up to no good. I mean, come on. There's a gravedigger in Lonelywood. But let's be honest, we need to find at least someone who's willing to sell us weapons first. If we find somebody who's willing to sell us weapons, we could at least, you know, improve our stock, what we have. I kind of want to get a bastard sword on our dwarf. I kind of want to get some axes on our girl. I mean, 156 hit points is fantastic, but we need a little something. We need a bit of a buffer. So, who's here? No one. To be honest, maybe we should hit up the tavern first. Might be something good. And then we'll see how that works out. I do really love... I already kind of like this opening a little bit more than what we had in the OG Icewind Dale. The reason that I'm hopping into Heart of Winter as opposed to just straight up Icewind Dale is because I actually kind of beat it and I felt like, you know, hey, let me challenge myself with this. And also, yes, I'm not the best when it comes to building characters using magic. I'm trying to improve. So if you have any advice for the characters in the squad, outside of re-rolling, I would be very interested in hearing. Gravedigger, you can't be a gravedigger in this town. He's up to something. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Oh, that's his place. The whistling gallows. Oh God. Oh my helm. Yes, oh my helm, oh my Mystra. Oh Mystra. Oh Mystra, it's called the Walking Gallows. This is gonna be bad. Alright, what we got in here? I'm assuming this is... Yep, that's her mom. We got a couple people.
Here?
Alright, the dwarf's up. Let me do the talking here. You'd be surprised how many places I've been in like this. Well met, strangers. Welcome to the Whistling Gallows Inn. I'm Kieran Nye, proprietor of this fine establishment. How may I be of service? Perhaps you could answer a question or two for us. I'd like a drink, please. I'd like a drink first. He's gonna hit the bitter black ale as well. The daughter of the Cooper, Haley Dunn, has been no end of trouble lately. She's always running around town spying on others. Really, you don't say. Is that Cormoran Brandy you got right over there? There's a wizard? Out on Burial Isle, really. Some say he's going to raise all of the dead barbarians from their graves and send them to march on Lonelywood. Really? That's an interesting tale. Let me get another hit of that Luskin Stout. Okay. Really? So you don't have any other interesting rumors going on? Alright. Okay, everyone. You can take over next. I got a little bit of knowledge. There might be a necromancer in the area. Outside of that Luskin Stout, I think he waters it down a little bit. Alright, so that has been an introduction to our team, to the area. Please join us on the next thrilling adventure with our girl. With Durgan. With our girl Altora and her band of merry Mistra misfits as they journey deeper into the heart of winter.